Hello and welcome to day three. Day three. Yesterday, we challenged our bodies, we found our range of motion, and we pushed how far we thought we could go physically. And today, we're here to challenge our minds for a turn. So, today, the intention I want you to set, the focus I want you to have in mind, and to remind yourself of throughout this session is to let go of the constrictions that you set for yourself, especially when you find a pose that you find a bit challenging to get into. I'm being joined by my assistant today. Hopefully, he doesn't cover the camera a lot. That's his favorite pastime activity. But without further ado, let's start with our flow. So we're going to start in a pose that people often find challenging, but not for the reasons that you think. We're going to lie fully down on our backs in Shavasana, back flat against the wall, against the floor, I mean. We're going to tuck our pelvis in so we are not overly arching here. Palms facing the ceiling. And we're just going to let our body sink into the floor. And I say people often find this challenging because you think that showing up here and showing up to the practice, you're supposed to always be moving, you're supposed to be sweating and doing the most. But we often forget that stillness is also really challenging to a lot of us. A lot of us run away from stillness and think that there's something wrong with just being without the need to be something, just being. So I invite you to just be here, to show up in your body, to really let yourself feel how it feels to be inside your body, inside this vehicle that takes you everywhere and that works in your favor so that you can keep going and so that you could show up here today. Just let your body sink. This is also a perfect place to practice that body scan we learned in the first class to remove any tension you may be holding on to. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So inhale to the count of 6. Hold to the count of 4. And exhale 7. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more times. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold. And exhale slowly as you remind yourself it's okay to be here. And it's okay to let go of any need to perform, to show up a certain way, to be something else. You're just here today, and I'm so glad it's you. We're gonna move our bodies gently to wake it up as we come into a seated pose. Bring one knee in and then followed by the other, maybe. Rock yourself side to side as you slowly push up into a seat. From here, sit in whatever way you find most comfortable. It can be cross-legged, it can be on your knees like this. We're gonna bring our arms together and do some cactus arms. So spread your fingertips, occupy all of the range of space that they can go, and open your arms at a 90-degree angles, letting your shoulder blades attract to one another as you open and arch your back, opening your chest. Inhale, and then close, arch your back. Exhale here, round. And then open your arms, open your chest, and feel as if a light beam is pulling you open. Close as you exhale again and feel the energy fluctuate within you. Open, inhale. Close as you exhale. We're gonna do one more inhale. Really feel your chest expanding, and not only that, but your heart opening as well to this practice, showing up for yourself. Close without any expectations. And now on the next open, we're gonna bring our arms to our feet. Our left hand holds our left foot, and our right hand is gonna circle all around us, lifting our hips up off the mat, and we circle this hand back, this into our half camel. Feel as if you have this light energy pulling you from the chest up, trying to drag your hips up. Now you circle back down. Right hand on the right foot. We circle the left arm and float our hip up here as you reach back. Your challenge, how far you can push your hips, really drive your glutes up. We circle back into our seated pose, both hands on the feet, and the hips float up as far as we can go. And we open our chest here. It's okay if you can't go very far. Just stay here for a second, taking deep breaths and opening your heart to the practice, to challenging yourself. And we slowly come back down, hips first. Once they're on our heels, we bring our spine back and our head down, one at a time and in sequence. In here, you can move a bit, do some circles to soften your spine after this opening. Reverse the direction here. And we meet in tabletop, hands on the mat. Walk the feet back. Form 90 degrees here. We're gonna do a cat-cow flow. So inhale, head up, chest opens. Exhale, push with your palms away from the mat as you arch. Head down. Inhale, open. And you're trying not to sink into your shoulders. Push them far away from the mat and far away from your ears. Round and arch. Inhale, open. Exhale, arch, cow. And last one. Inhale, open the chest, head to the sky. Exhale, arch, push away from the mat. Now from here, we're gonna tuck the toes in, lift the knees into our downward dog. Adjust yourself as needed. Take a moment here to just sink into the pose. You don't need your heels to be touching the floor. You don't even need your legs to be fully straight. You do need your back to be straight. So just as needed here, before we kick the right foot up into our three-leg dog. Don't hold tension here. Don't hold your breath. If it feels hard, use your breath to soften and trust that you can do hard things. I'm gonna take one breath here. Inhale and exhale. Step this right foot between your hands into a lunge. Then we lift our arms strong and steady into warrior one. You can bound the hands here. If you want, you can keep them loose and open. Let the legs sink to the floor. Really ground your feet here. Now we bring our left arm to the back of our leg into our reverse warrior. Hands to the mat once again. We're gonna step back into a plank and we're gonna chaturanga here. So low plank, come as low as you can. When you're almost touching the floor, tuck your pelvis in, lift the arms into an upward dog. Take a moment here. I like to rock my hips back and forth to let it sink in. Here you're not sinking into the shoulders. Shoulders up, rolled back and away from the ears, strong. Let's tuck the toes in and come back to our downward dog. Pedal the feet here, stretch our hamstrings. We're gonna repeat the flow on the other side. So lift our left leg up. Take one more breath. Step between the hands and lift into our warrior one. Let it sink as deep as you can. You can do some pulses here to help you go further down. Reverse your right hand, connects to this back leg. Look up to the sky, try to lean us back as further back as you can. Before both hands circle back to the mat. And now we're gonna kick up to the front of the mat and meet here. We're gonna slowly lift ourselves up to tabletop. Hands to the sky, tuck the pelvis in. No arching here. I don't wanna see no arching. Tuck that pelvis in. And we sink into a chair. So bring your glutes down as far as you can. Hands to the heart. Before we slowly float the ankles here. And play with the balance. If you find yourself falling back down, just bring them slowly back up. We're gonna hold here, practicing our balance. And remember, this is an act of letting go, of releasing tension. If you try to force it and focus too much on the balance, you're gonna start shaking. Release. Be gentle. Trust. If you need to readjust, you can do so. But we're not forcing, we're embodying balance. And then finally, we bring our ankles down and let ourselves sink into a forward fold as deep as we can go. Down the arms here. Let yourself sink into this ragdoll fold. I like to rock back and forth so my body can use my body weight to bring myself further down. And here we're hinging at the hips first, not curving our back, but letting our belly button push into our spine as we fold in our hips before we bring ourselves down. How does this challenge feel? Notice how your body feels now versus when you first started. And how just a little bit of movement a day can really make a difference. And how you feel about yourself, about the world around you. Slowly bring yourself up, starting at the lower back. And imagine a wave dragging you up, bringing your spine up, each vertebrae at a time, dragging your shoulders up, and finally your head. We meet here with our hands open and facing the world. Head lifted high, chest open, pelvis tucked in, and belly button to our spine. We take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment here with your palms open, with your mind open, with your heart open, and absorb all that you just did for yourself right now. How does your mind feel? How do you see yourself now versus when you started? But remember, an open heart and an open mind is the root of exploration. And it's the driving force that allows you to conduct your body as the vehicle that it is for your expression. So thank you for showing up here today and for giving yourself a chance and for giving me the opportunity to show up here with you today. I hope you can carry this feeling for the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.